Greetings and welcome to the channel, everyone. Jess Hilarious, the comedian and radio broadcaster, doesn't appear to have too much affection for Love Island's Nic Olandria. Many individuals were offended by her sarcastic remark regarding their relationship, even though I didn't agree with all she stated. I do understand some of her reasoning, which I will discuss in a moment. To provide some background, however, Nic and Olanda first connected during Season 7 of Love Island US. Additionally, they were initially connected to other individuals, because each of them had their own connections. Nic had a relationship with Sierra, and Olandria had a relationship with Taylor. Nic would constantly seek Olanda throughout the tasks, even if they didn't truly pursue each other. He claimed to be drawn to her. Although he didn't know if Olanda was into him, he would give off the impression that he was somewhat into her. Olandria was also unsure if he was interested in her. She just failed to see the warning signs. However, Olandria had network and wasn't abandoning Taylor, and he had his own. However, Taylor regrettably abandoned her for Clark. Olanda was therefore at risk. There was no link with her. However, it turned out that Sierra, Nic's link, was removed from the program due to her offensive remarks towards Asians. Thus, Nic was unrelated. Well, Nic and Olandria, you two need to get together because obviously there's something there, the producers said. Additionally, the entire globe witnesses it, so you all need to meet up. Thus, that's what took place. Since then, they have remained inseparable. And Olanda recently mentioned this when complimenting Nic on Watch What Happens Live.
I'm so happy that I was blessed with this guy who allows me to bask in my femininity, you know what I mean? Allows me to be soft. You know what? He takes the wheel. Usually I'm a control freak. I let him do everything, you know? I said I want to go to Europe. We was in Europe. I want to be a model. I was in 2 shoots, you know what I mean? Like, the support that I have from this guy is unreal. So it allows me to be the soft woman that I've always wanted to be.
This struck me as being really charming. It's hilarious that the Shade Room shared this on their Facebook, posted a statement that perhaps infuriated many Nic Olandria supporters. This is what she said: "The fact that everyone is supporting this fake material is so absurd. One day, this girl will be with the true love of her life. Someone who, when she acknowledges him as she does here, truly looks into her effing eyes. Someone who will talk about her in the same manner that she talks about Nic. All of this is only for show. Jess is therefore not that convinced by this." Additionally, her remark infuriated other individuals. You know what, though? I do understand why she said what she did, despite the fact that I thought it was terrible, due to the perception that many of the couples on these reality series are acting. And, regrettably, many will become more doubtful after witnessing what transpired with Whitney and Lockin and Jana and Kenny, the Love Island couples, because they are unsure of whether or not these women are being used. They are especially dubious of Black women participating in interracial partnerships on these dating programs, because when you consider the circumstances surrounding Kenny and Jana, Kenny took advantage of Jana for a full year. Jana was led to believe that he desired her. However, it came out that this man was using racist epithets against her in his texts to his pals, claiming that he was just seeing her for business purposes. Black chicks don't particularly appeal to him. I mean, his actions were devilish. What transpired with Whitney and Lockin as well? Whitney also revealed that Lockin and his mother had made racist remarks about her. She said that he would be observing her with his own eyes and that he had made a remark about how unclean her skin was. I suppose he would also disparage her looks. It was clear that he wasn't interested in her, but it also appeared that he was really interested in the economic prospects, regretfully. This occurs frequently on these reality shows. Many people enter into these phony relationships only to utilize someone in order to obtain brand deals, followers, chances, and financial gain. This occurs frequently, and this is most likely the reason for Jess's remarks on Nic and Olanda's relationship. She doesn't think Nic is genuinely interested in Olandria. I'll say this now: Nic, in my opinion, is well aware of Olandria's prominence. and recognizes the advantages of dating her. She was one of Love Island's It girls, along with Shell. He is aware that he gains points for being adjacent to her. However, I also believe Nick has a sincere interest in Olandria. From the start, he was drawn to her.
When I walked in, like, you were one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen.
Additionally, based on Olandria's praise of him and the fact that he goes above and beyond to accommodate her and do things for her, take the initiative. After all, he's showing a lot of encouraging signs thus far. Therefore, I'm not sure if it's appropriate to include him in the same category as Kenny and Lock-In. Although I don't think it's fair, I can see why some people may be a little dubious. However, based on everything I've heard so far about their connection, I'm rather hopeful. About Nicola.
Okay. Most romantic thing Nick has done for you since leaving the show.
It is so insane how much I just spoke over my life in the past few years and how everything is coming to fruition now. Wow. So like I always said, like, oh, I wanted to go to Disneyland and all these things, like, made that happen immediately. Never been to Europe. He made sure I was a part of his campaign trips where it's paid for and I was able to go to Europe for the first time and went to Greece. Like, he's so intentional. It is insane.
That's amazing.
He listens and he acts immediately. Mind you, we've only been coupled up for like 2 or 3 weeks. And he's marked off so many things on my list already.
Oh my God.
The first few weeks of dating each other. So I'm like, oh my goodness, no man has ever in my 27 years has shown me this much like consistency and, you know, just seeing that I just feel so seen with him, you know?
It's amazing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He knew I wanted to be a model. So the first 2 campaigns we shot was people that he's worked with in the past. He made sure I was part of those campaigns to start getting my foot in the door as far as modeling.
Okay,
and
this
those
guy's a
pictures
keeper.
blew up so much to where like so many people was reaching out to me and like noticing me. We got like 2 Vogue shout outs and like Teen Vogue.
Oh my gosh.
It's become so big. And it's like I wouldn't have been in this position if it wasn't for this guy that was able to like put me in this position. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I love it.
Totally.
Intrigued. Instead of being intimidated, he's like intrigued. Like,
amazing.
Like, you're such a mystery to me. I want to find out, like, figure out who you are.
Yes, he is clearly interested in her. I want to discuss some music now. I would want to acknowledge Chloe Bailey. She recently appeared on the remix of the song The Greatest Bend Over. Take It Easy by Young Brother, a Trinidadian singer. On the remix, he also included the Ghanaian artist Molly. Additionally, I really enjoy this song, since it's an SOA song. It has a Trinidadian and Caribbean feel. I adore it. It gives you a positive feeling. You want to dance because of it? It would have pleased me much more if Nicki Minaj had appeared on this song. That, in my opinion, would have also been a moment. However, I enjoy this SOA song. It's great. Additionally, I appreciate Chloe's decision to enter a foreign market. Since things are a little precarious in the United States right now, believe that would be fantastic for her. I believe that her career is being impacted by a lot of strange politics that are occurring behind the scenes. She also essentially stated that she had no intention of selling her soul. She is most obviously not attempting to get ahead by sleeping. Her way to success, she must thus take whatever action she can to keep herself afloat. Additionally, I believe that she is making a wise change by working with other artists and reaching out to a wider audience. On to the next topic of conversation. Card's new single, Underperforming. Well, let's discuss it. She thus released a song titled Imaginary Players, in which she sampled a song by Jay-Z from the 90s, and she was flexing a tiny bit while delivering her stuff. I think she looked good in the video, and while I didn't think the music was horrible in and of itself, I did think it was forgettable. I don't think it's a really noteworthy single. The delivery of the card was mediocre. She had trouble enunciating. After all, she occasionally struggled to keep up with the beat. It was merely mediocre, although that wasn't the worst thing I've ever heard. It was passable, although I didn't think this was the best song for Cardi to release. I believe that the reason they were playing it so loudly was because she sampled J-Z, as everyone is aware. Jay-Z approved the sample for Cardi in spite of Nicki Minaj. Let's not mince words. I don't think he heard the music first and said, "Yep, this is the one." He was also unimpressed. Let's be truthful, however. He gave his approval for the reason I already stated. However, others would also argue that he was most likely arranging Cardi's meeting. I found this tweet intriguing when I first saw it. Jay-Z is putting Cardi in her place because he wants her out of the way so Megan can join the current female rap top 3. They added, his vision is genuine to me. I could genuinely picture Jay-Z doing this for some reason, since Cardi is not his artist. He is not as involved in her success as Megan is. Therefore, I think he doesn't really care that Cardi self-destructs, since that would allow his artist, Megan, to rank among the top 3. Therefore, I don't think that take is entirely incorrect. Mostly, though, I believe he gave Cardi permission to use the sample in order to irritate. Cardi was also taking shots, although some people believe she was making fun of JT and Ice Spice, and even making minor jabs at Nicki. Most people saw the jabs she was directing at them. She even stated, "My flop and your flop are not the same." In her poem, "You would pop champagne if you performed my numbers. My flops do better than any of these B's best performing songs." She said in a tweet, "Faxed out with just 336,000 plays. Card's new single, Imaginary Players, debuted at number 147 on the US Spotify chart. Additionally, received over 700,000 plays worldwide, although it was not even included in the global Spotify charts. She didn't have any breakthroughs." Cardi's attempt to disparage some of the rap females by claiming that her failure differs from theirs is also intriguing. Well, Cardi's new single didn't launch as high as a number of Ice Spice's hits. Therefore, if she's pulling numbers like this, she can't possibly shadow Ice Spice's stats, to be honest. She is currently unable to disparage any of the females, since she is in a desperate situation and hasn't released a catchy song that will support her. Next album, she needs to concentrate and release a single that will truly stick in any case. Please share your thoughts about this video in the comments section below. If you care, kindly like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. I sincerely appreciate you viewing, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye. Warmth.